This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Hedrick Chevrolet in Clovis is having a weekend sale. Come see Silverado trucks and our family of SUVs. Stop in for your special deal during our weekend sale at Hedrick Chevrolet. And if you need financing, Hedricks can help. Used cars and trucks, too. We have inventory rebates, and we have a sale happening this weekend on Shaw Avenue, just east of Fresno State. Online at hedrickchevrolet.com. So come on in. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Hedrick Chevrolet.
Ksee 24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox. This is a live view from Porterville at Eagle Mountain Casino. You can see the mountains in the distance, but also some clouds drifting over the valley. They're actually coming from the mountains out over to the valley right now. Our temperatures are currently in the 60s to low 70s. We're right at 70 in Fresno, 65 in Porterville, where the clouds are, but we're not showing too much in the way of rain in those mountain areas. But the satellite picture shows that there's a lot of rain off into Arizona, some into Southern California, and the Central Valley is just catching a few clouds on the other side of that system. So tomorrow, a lot of sunshine for Fresno, and we are going to get warmer. That's going to be true across the valley. We'll get close to 80 degrees early next week. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. Ksee 24 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Ksee 24, local news that matters. This is Ksee 24 News at 6:30.
The Fresno County Sheriff discussing his goals for having patrol officers equipped with body cameras, and the record-making donation made today by Eagle Mountain Casino. See which groups are benefiting from the casino's charity golf tournament. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Barugian. Dozens of Fresno County Sheriff's deputies now equipped with body cameras. Ksee 24's Ben Morris reports on why the sheriff says these cameras will play a valuable role in the future of his department.
Well, transparency is a huge factor in the new technology here. Sheriff Zanoni says overall it will really help improve his department. And as of now, 56 of these body-worn cams have been deployed on units that had the most contact with the public. That number, roughly a quarter of the 225 body cams purchased for approximately $3 million. Well, the sheriff says these will really increase transparency, whether it's a deputy's day-to-day operations shared with the public or to show more sensitive situations like in a deputy involved shooting. He says the cameras will also be essential in training.
Our deputies do a good job. I trust our deputies. I get a lot of positive comments from the community. But this is also going to be another tool for us to improve the level of service that we deliver, because we're going to get to see what our deputies are doing out there on a daily basis when they're having interactions with the public. And I'm sure, like with anything, with any business, I know there's things that we can improve on. As of now, the plan is to have the rest of these cameras deployed by the end of the year. And coming up later tonight, hear more from the sheriff and why it took his office so long to get these cameras. Reporting from Fresno County, Ben Morris, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
A vigil is being held in Sanger tonight for 10-year-old Jameson Doyle. He was leaving baseball practice last week when he was hit by a pickup. Jameson was a student at Quail Lake Charter School. The vigil is taking place at Rotary Ballpark at Cherry and Bethel Avenues, and it begins at 7 p.m. The mother of a child found in a suitcase in Indiana about 2 years ago has been arrested in Southern California. Police say Juan Anderson killed her son Cairo at her Louisville home. She and another woman put his body in a suitcase with a Las Vegas logo and then dumped it in the woods in Indiana. A mushroom hunter found that suitcase and called police. It took police nearly 6 months to identify the boy. Anderson was arrested yesterday in Arcadia.
We're very, very pleased and happy that we have who we believe everybody to be involved in this tragic murder case in custody at this time so the investigation can move forward.
Detectives are now on their way to California to speak with her. Another woman was arrested in San Francisco 2 years ago for her role in the child's death. Dawn Coleman pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. She'll serve a 25-year sentence and will have to testify against Anderson. The CHP has released video of a crash involving one of its patrol cars. It happened earlier this week and hurt 2 officers. They're calling the crash intentional. We do warn you, this video may be too intense for some viewers. The crash happened Wednesday afternoon on I-80 in Davis. The CHP, 2 officers were sitting in their car, stopped on the side of the road with their seatbelts on when they say someone intentionally drove their vehicle the wrong way into theirs.
Acts of violence like this against our officers will not be tolerated. Our CHP detectives and investigative personnel will work collaboratively with the District Attorney's Office to ensure this individual is held accountable for his actions.
The officers have been released from the hospital. The person accused of hitting them is in custody and is facing charges. And a mansion owned by actress Cara Delevingne went up in flames around 4 this morning. Firefighters with LA Fire Department say the blaze started in the back of the house. Flames spread to the attic, causing the roof to collapse. The actress was not home. 1 person and a firefighter were taken to the hospital. 2 cats died. The cause is under investigation. A judge has appointed a special master to oversee a federal prison in the San Francisco area. The judge order encompasses the Federal Corrections Institution in Dublin. It's part of a federal lawsuit filed by 8 inmates and the advocacy group California Coalition for Women Prisoners. In 2021, Associated Press investigation found a culture of abuse and cover-ups at the prison brought increased scrutiny from Congress and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. 3 South Valley organizations today receiving a huge financial boost. It comes from Eagle Mountain Casino in its efforts to improve lives in the community. 28 years in the South Valley, Eagle Mountain Casino in Porterville with a proud announcement in its ongoing effort to improve the local community.
This morning, we present a check, a donation check of $29,250 to each organization this morning.
An overall donation of nearly $100,000 for 3 South Valley organizations. The money raised from the casino's 22nd annual golf tournament.
This record-breaking donation surpasses all previous golf tournament donations.
The beneficiaries selected for their service to the community.
Together, we can continue to make our community a better place for all. Family Crisis Center, we have a check for you in the amount of $29,250.
The Family Crisis Center received a check for its work with domestic violence and human trafficking victims. Porterville Kiwanis was awarded for its community service. And Our Heroes Dream serves veterans. They received a check too.
We host a healing retreat. We have a camp in Redding that we were just able to buy this last year. It's a 50-acre ranch, and it'll allow us to bring 30 veterans through.
A day of fun on the links, changing lives for the months to come. Eagle Mountain hoping to award even more money next year. And the 23rd annual golf tournament is planned for September 9th. Still to come on Ksee 24 News at 6:30. Plastic containers and tools are convenient, but scientists say there are thousands of types that could make us sick. A look at a new report.
Your weather headlines for tonight. A lot of sunshine coming our way this weekend, and temperatures are going to be on a warming trend. That warming trend will take us into early next week. Spring officially begins on Tuesday. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy will be in the high or very high range through that same Tuesday. Ash, elm, and juniper the predominant pollens, and I'll have your complete forecast as Ksee 24 News continues.
No one can learn in an environment of fear. Bullying causes long-term damage to both the victim and the bully.
Educators are on alert, but bullying doesn't just happen during school. We need you to be aware too.
If you or someone you know is being bullied physically, emotionally, in person, or online, alert authorities.
This message has been brought to you by the League of United African American Citizens and Mothers Against Bullying.
Together, we can stop bullies.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. So, Tom, tell the viewers watching at home who should call in right now.
Well, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. We have live agents available to answer any questions you have. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. You heard it, folks. Call now.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. and Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,000 total value on Silverado, LTZ, and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Visit your participating Central Valley Chevrolet dealers.
For 28 years, we've been building a world-class heart surgery program in Visalia, and we're still building. Kauai Health is excited to welcome to our team the first of 3 Stanford Medicine heart surgeons living and working in Visalia. Stanford Healthcare and Kauai Health, providing advanced heart surgery where you need it and close to family.
Kauai Health, more than medicine, life.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm here to remind you that if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Spokesman Tom Mustin is with us in the Help Center. So, Tom, tell the viewers at home why they should call in.
Well, Gina, they should call because we have live agents available for you right now. If someone's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now and find out how much your case is potentially worth.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Fresno Unified School District. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
Temperatures today were above normal in the afternoon, even though they were below normal in the morning. We started at 42, 5 degrees below average, but our afternoon high 71, 4 degrees above average. So we split the difference almost for the high and the low temperatures. So I thought we might get into the lower 70s today, and it was true across the valley. 71 is where we are now in Hanford, same in Lemoore, 70 in Madera, now 68 in Merced and Visalia. A little bit cooler in Porterville, a little more cloudiness there too. But the wind, we had an issue with wind yesterday. That's all gone now. So less than 10 miles per hour across the valley. Madera and Porterville right now, no wind whatsoever. Our valley cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This is a live view from the camera on top of our building. Sun's getting ready to go down over the horizon. And right here behind our valley cam logo, you can see a little bit of cloudiness there, but then off to the west, a lot of sunshine, at least until the sun goes down. And then we'll just call it clear skies. But live radar does show a dot or two over the mountain areas. And what this is this low pressure system that is mainly in Arizona, but portions of it are into Southern California, and it's throwing a few clouds at the Central Valley. We're on the upper left side of this system, and so it's hitting the Sierra Nevada and giving some clouds there, but according to Futurecast, the whole thing is going to start pulling away. Tomorrow, we'll still have a few leftover clouds here and there, and mainly for Tulare County. That's where it's going to get hit the hardest, Tulare and also into Kern County, but just a few thin clouds, and that's the hardest we're going to get hit with clouds. But up into the mountains, maybe an isolated rain shower or a snow flurry, and that's it. Pretty quiet stuff. 41 for Pixley tonight, 43 in Visalia, same for Selma, 20 in China Peak, a 40 in San Joaquin, Madera 42, same in Chowchilla, 31 in Yosemite, Merced 43 in Los Banos, an overnight low of 42 degrees. With tomorrow's high expected there 74, same in Merced and Fireball and Madera, 75 in San Joaquin, Dunlap 66, 74 expected in Hanford, 75 in Lemoore and Kettleman City, Visalia and Tulare 73, Porterville, Pixley and Delano all expecting 72 degrees. Our air quality, that is still going to be in the good range, and we're grateful for that because we like breathing. You're looking at your solar forecast brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We're grateful for these numbers too. If you have solar panels, these are the times of the year that we like it because we don't have to spend as much money in the house heating and air conditioning, but we also get all of that extra sunshine with all that energy savings. So this is the time of year we like. 48 will be our overnight low. That's not quite as cold as what we had this morning. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, a sunny day, a lot of it, 74 the expected high, so a good step up in temperatures, and this is well above average. Northwest wind also 5 to 10 miles per hour. Over the next 7 days, we get a little warmer still. On St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, 75. Monday and Tuesday, both, those are tied for the warmest day of the week, hitting 79, and then temperatures will start to back off slowly and increasing clouds on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, increasing clouds, decreasing temperatures, even a possibility of showers coming in on Friday. A quick reminder, Tuesday, 8 o'clock or shortly thereafter, that's when it officially becomes spring. That's when the equinox actually happens at that moment. So the first full day of spring is actually Wednesday. Your regional forecasts are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com, so please go check it out there. I put the label on spring because that's when it actually happens.
Right, but it's going to feel like it before that.
That's the day also that it feels like spring, too. It gets cooler on the first full day of spring, just to mess things up.
All right, AJ, thank you.
You bet.
A disposal center for hazardous waste is now open in Fresno. The Environmental Compliance Center is located on West Dan Ronquillo Drive. It's open Fridays and Saturdays from 9 till 3. It's a great time to start your spring cleaning because you can drop items off like aerosols, fluorescent bulbs, weed killer, bug spray, car batteries, and small propane tanks for free. For a full list of what you can and cannot bring, click on yourcentralvalley.com. And still ahead, you might want to put mold in the hazardous waste disposal, but could that green stuff be the next meat? What UC Berkeley scientists are actually looking at.
Rain or shine, cold or hot, Ksee 24 is your local weather authority. The weather team you can trust. Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox on Ksee 24 News at 5, 6, and 11. And forecaster Ruben Contreras on Ksee Sunrise and Midday. Track the weather with accurate updates from the time you wake up to the end of the day. Ksee 24, your local weather authority. Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by T-Mobile.
If you thought you knew Cuomo,
I believe Governor Sununu is part of the future of this country.
It might be time for another look.
We're going to get after what matters, and we're going to hold power to account.
Surprising.
I'm surprised I agreed with the last 5 minutes of what you just said.
Free thinking.
You bring a perspective to it that nobody else would be able to.
Game-changing.
You've just shown something very important about what we're trying to do here at News Nation.
Cuomo, weeknights at 8, 7 Central, only on America's fastest-growing cable news network, News Nation. News for all America.
This weekend, March Mania is on at More Furniture. Get store-wide sale pricing, including our best sellers and newest arrivals. And you'll also get free white glove delivery and we'll subtract the sales tax. Get the furniture you love today on sale with additional special discounts. This weekend, visit morefurniture.com or your local showroom for details.
Business can happen virtually anywhere, but there's nothing like being there. At National, you can skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle. Even manage your rental right from the app. So you can give some quality time to a quality cause. Swing by to see one more customer and really get down to business. Go National. Go like a pro.
Get ready to make a splash this summer.
It's the $600,000 Party on the Pontoon Boat and Jet Ski Giveaway.
At Chansey Gold.
Swipe daily and win.
Your share of over $43 grand each week.
Then speed in on Friday, April 26th.
And say, hello, vacation, with the sizzling hot grand prize, a new Sea-Doo pontoon or jet ski.
Summer fun, here I come.
It's the $600,000 Party on the Pontoon Boat and Jet Ski Giveaway.
Chansey Gold Resort and Casino. 24-karat fun.
Men and women both face factors that can impede normal hair growth and trigger hair loss. Well-Rooted Hair and Scalp Clinic has helped thousands of happy patients address hair loss and scalp disorders. Book your free consultation and get your hair loss under control. Scan now for details.
Next ET, our Rita Moreno exclusive.
I got teary.
Her triumphant return to the Oscar stage, plus what the legend has never revealed until now.
It's embarrassing.
Next ET.
Weeknights at 7:30 on Ksee 24. This is Ksee 24 News at 6:30.
The next time you head to the Bay Area, watch how fast you're driving. San Francisco is installing speed cameras, and they'll be going up to in 33 areas where drivers do have a tendency to drive too fast. Teresa Estacio has more on the plan.
A 4-year-old girl in a stroller killed when a driver hit her at this intersection at King in San Francisco. A beloved teacher fatally struck while walking to school. Just 2 recent pedestrian fatalities on the streets in San Francisco.
It's the more we can slow vehicles down, even if it's just by a mile per hour or two, the higher the chance of surviving.
Shannon Haig is with SFMTA. The agency is moving to install 33 cameras in critical corridors throughout San Francisco in the next few months. It is part of a pilot program funded with the passage of AB 645, signed by the governor last fall.
So San Francisco is joined with Oakland and San Jose up here in Northern California. And in Southern California, there are three cities.
Unsafe speed is one of the most common factors in crashes that result in injuries or death. In the event of a crash between a car, a pedestrian, or cyclist, the vehicle's speed will largely determine the survivability of the crash. A person hit by a car traveling 40 miles per hour is 8 times more likely to be killed than a person hit by a car traveling 20 miles per hour. Hake explains extensive research went into selecting the 33 camera locations. The SFMTA board will weigh in on the recommended cameras next Tuesday at their scheduled meeting.
Just this week about how in the first time since New York City has been tracking traffic-related fatalities, which was 1914 they started tracking. This is last year was the first year that their pedestrian fatalities is the lowest.
Jody Medeiros is with Safe Streets FF. The organization has pushed for measures to reduce pedestrian fatalities. Following a rally last August when the 4-year-old was struck, they held rallies to draw attention to how speed can kill. The program is expected to go online by this time next year. Warning notices will be sent in the first 2 months of operations for those offenders speeding 11 miles over the limit. Then fines will be sent to those speeding vehicles.
We all know about the harmful effects of plastic pollution and how it can affect the environment, but a new study reveals a surprising number of toxic chemicals in plastic that could also be hazardous to our health. European scientists compiled a list of over 16,000 chemicals found in plastic products, at least 3,000 more than international environment agencies had estimated. Researchers discovered more than 4,000 of the chemicals are toxic, not only to the environment, but to our health.
The point is that these chemicals can leach from the product into the food, so from packaging into food. And when that leaching happens, people ingest these chemicals with their food.
Toxicologists say hundreds or even thousands of chemicals can be found in a single plastic product, from food packaging to children's toys to medical devices. The research was released this week ahead of the next round of negotiations for a United Nations treaty on worldwide plastic pollution. Mold is the new meat. That's what some researchers at UC Berkeley are saying. The scientists say koji mold could be the next big meat alternative. It's already used in East Asia to ferment starches into sake, soy sauce, and miso. And changes were made to the mold's genome, giving the mold a meatier flavor. Doesn't sound too appetizing. Still to come at 6:30. You've heard them on The Voice, but now one has to go. The battle rounds begin Monday. Who will be battling first?
The $10,000 baby photo shoot?
Got it.
Next, Inside Edition. Wait till you see what parents are paying for the perfect photo of their little ones. Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on Ksee 24.
The easiest way to find a perfect floor? Answer your door and shop at home at A&M Flooring. Our professionals come to you with samples and colors, discuss design and layout, all in the comfort and convenience of your home. We make floor buying easy. Shop at home with A&M Flooring.
This is your invitation to experience a feeling only found in the Lexus Performance line. Experience the exhilaration of the Lexus Performance line and some of the best offers of the year on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
My name is Jocelyn, and I fundraise through Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory to help pay for my expenses with my Club Team Alliance. Doing this fundraiser, I've raised over $800. It's been my most successful fundraiser out of them all.
Given the fact that they do 50% profit compared to other companies, which is very helpful for me. So my experience compared to other fundraising companies was Rocky Mountain was way better.
Through Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, I was able to make over $1,200. We love Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory fundraising.
This weekend, March Mania is on at More Furniture. Get store-wide sale pricing, including our best sellers and newest arrivals. And you can save big when you take an extra year of special interest-free financing on your purchase. You get the furniture you love today on sale and with an extra year to pay. This weekend, visit morefurniture.com or your local showroom for details.
You're invited to the Visalia Chamber of Commerce Impact Leadership Conference March 21st. Learn about quality leadership and workforce training for Valley business owners and employees. Keynote speaker Ben Moore appears in person to discuss entrepreneurial spirit, innovative thinking, and the power of teamwork. Virtual breakout sessions with experts will focus on leadership trends and offer networking with entrepreneurs. Don't miss the Visalia Chamber of Commerce Impact Leadership Conference. Visit visaliachamber.org for information.
The simplest things in life can be difficult when you suffer from leg pain caused by venous disorders. South Valley Vascular offers the latest in minimally invasive procedures with little to no downtime. Get back to enjoying a full and active lifestyle. Call South Valley Vascular today.
Save now up to 30% on all stock products during A&M Flooring's Home Show sale. That's carpet, hardwood, and luxury vinyl planking. Get the flooring you want and save up to 30% off. A&M's Home Show sale. We make floor buying easy.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
Get ready, Fresno, because next week on Sunrise, we're talking about Yes. It's a night of music, food, and a lot of fun in downtown Fresno. All that and more coming up next week. I'll see you then on Sunrise.
The stars are color. Remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all.
Monday begins the battle rounds on The Voice, and team legends Brian Olsen and Nathan Chester sing Adele's Rolling in the Deep. This is where the coaches pit two of their own team members against each other, singing the same song. Their coach will decide who goes to the next round. They both sound so good. You can watch The Voice Monday night at 8 here on Ksee 24. Those are always tough choices when they sound like that.
That's the one thing about The Voice, is that all the performances are always good. Even the people that in the very beginning, if they don't get picked, even they're good.
I know. Right? So it's not, there's not the joke singers that we see on other shows.
Ones,
All right, the forecast is no joke, just beautiful.
It is going to be very nice for us, and temperatures coming up in the next couple of days, approaching 80 degrees by early next week. We will start cooling off a little bit. We got another round at some potential for showers, but it's March, and the later we get in the season, the less likely that kind of stuff is going to be happening. So that may be one of the last shower activity things that we have coming our way.
We need more, though, don't we?
We're a little behind still, but we're in the 7+ for amounts of rainfall, so not bad.
All right.
But we could be better.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thursdays at 6 on Ksee 24. Join me as I take you on a tour of the people and places that made history right here in our backyard. This week, a town hit by bandits may have lost their gold, but not their place on the map.
Brought to you by the Fresno County Historical Society.
Welcome to the Great Service Debate of 2024. Today we have Lee's Air Heating and Plumbing versus Chuck in the Truck. Are you licensed and insured?
Yes. I got a business card.
Do you offer warranties?
Yes. You pay for what you get.
Employees' backgrounds checked?
Yes. What's a background check?
Do you pull permits?
Yes. Too much work.
2-hour service windows?
Yes. I show up when I want.
The choice is clear, folks. Let's turn 2024 around with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating.
Are you ready?
It's Ford Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling trucks in America with special once-a-year offers on Ford F-Series, including the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. It's time to celebrate America. This is Ford Truck Month. Right now, get a 2023 Ford F-150 at 1.9% APR for 72 months, only at your California Ford dealers.
Homeowners, if you want to sell your house fast for all cash, stop what you're doing and watch this, because Osborne Homes wants to buy your house right now.
I'm Alec from Osborne Homes, and we want to buy your house. Nobody buys more homes in California than Osborne. Whether it's a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition, Osborne Homes is the easiest way to sell your house fast, all cash. Best of all, when you sell your house to Osborne Homes, there are 0 commissions, 0 fees, plus no banks, no realtors, no repairs, and no waiting to close. We buy your house as is, all cash. Just go to osbornehomes.com right now for your free, no obligation, all cash offer. We are here ready to buy your house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So go to osbornehomes.com right now.
Don't wait. Sell your house to Osborne Homes and put the cash in your pocket right away. Any house, any condition, all cash right now. Just go to osbornehomes.com or call us today at 800-773-0341. Go to osbornehomes.com.
Now yourcentralvalley.com pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Civil war in America?
The shocking new movie about our divided nation.